Well, my name is Christopher Porter. I used to be a detective at Hunts Bay Police Station, Kingston 11, St. Andrew South Police Division. I went to the academy at a very young age when I was a teenager. When I should be in high school, I was in the academy as a cadet. So my love for the Jamaica Constabulary Force was from I was a little boy growing up. Was born and raised in Jonestown, and most of my life after that migrated to my mother's country, that's in Facey District, Rhoda St. Catherine. Shout out to all my friends them back in the country and them thing there. And that was it. Joined the police force, enjoy every years of it. It has cultivated me into the man I am at this point of my life. So the Jamaica Constabulary Force is everything to me. Growing up in Jamaica, there have never been any organization, entity, whether government or private or internationally, that support the Jamaica Constabulary Force. There are always entities that are always campaigning against them. So most of us who are from Jamaica, who have escaped out of the culture of becoming a criminal, it's not it's not mere luck. It's because of parental guidance. Some of us because of our grandparents, where we were from, and our upbringing, and teachers, and the community and all. I remember growing up, if someone was arrested for even to beat up another person in the community, that person would be shunned and nobody would want to talk to them. And somebody who cut somebody, much less to kill someone, if you committed a crime and went to prison, when that person returned from prison, that person would be personal non grata back into the community. But as the years goes by, politicians, musicians, DJs, singers, everyone, they're the one that started this thing in form of a dead, and they start to big up gangsters and who is the killer and who is this and who is that. And if you're not seen as one of these people, no one in your community look up to you. So that's the rhetoric that have been portrayed to the people, and it's in their psychic, consciously and subconsciously. So nobody aspire to be any decent person within Jamaica. Everybody want to be a Don. It's only three ways they really project it in the people's psyche. The young people growing up in Jamaica. The only way for you to attain a certain lifestyle, you have to be a Don, which is criminal. Then a Don is a criminal, someone who's indulged in crime, criminal activity. These are people who are they are the unelected government, and they decide what the people do within their community. Most of the people that live in their community, they are hostages. Women, men, boys, girls, everyone, they are hostages because they cannot do things as freely as I can do where I'm sitting right now. Everything that they are done is being monitored by their neighbors because their neighbors are benefactors of criminality. And if something happened and they feel like it's that person who did it, well, they would kill that person. Anyway, my contention is always with the government. As a man whose love for the police force and wanted to see better for my country. So, I went there, did my time. I was there close to 2 years at the academy. Most people wouldn't last that long because it's a very, you're confined most of the time. But I love it because that's my family. When I was at the academy, there were people in my high school, they were preparing for graduation. I wasn't looking forward to that. I was looking forward to helping my country to bring it to a semblance of level where people would walk free and feel free from being terrorized by these parasites that was there. Back in my time, when I graduated in December 1988, in my batch, I was the youngest. When I said youngest, I was the youngest police from my batch. I did not reach 19. I was 18 and some months. So I am very, very proud of that. That also shows you the love that I have for my country. So as the years goes by, the I could, as a young police, without any firearm or anything, I could command a bus with a coaster or a Tata or any carver bus. I could command that bus, one policeman, 1989, and I would get the cooperation of everyone to assist me to do anything that I wanted to do. If someone is on the bus behaving unruly or something, and I will be able to arrest that person with the help of citizens. Now, police officers cannot do it because the police are the ones who are the enemies of the people. And the biggest contributor to it is the Jamaican government. Full stop. Anyway, this channel is not for the criminal supporters, benefactors, and enablers back in Jamaica. Like, for instance, the biggest benefactors of the criminals, the murderers in Jamaica, are the PNP party and the Jamaica Labour Party. Both of them, they are the ones who have been silently digging away at the Jamaica Constabulary Force, weakening, because these people who live uptown, they are the real criminals, you know. When I say the criminals, the people who live above St. Andrews, they are the real criminals. Don't look at the little man downtown or the one who is, walking with a gun, because most of them cannot buy. They don't even have money to buy clothes, much as to buy guns. So most of the people, they don't even, all these poor people don't know their enemies, because these people, the mindset of these people are that when I'm their projected lifespan, most of these young men from all these depressed community, they expect to live until they're 25. What kind of life is that? No aspiration. Just want to be a dan, start firing gun at teenage age, and by 25 they are killed. And when they are killed, they want the name murals to be on the wall. And then when they are killed, whether by the security force or their rivals or even by their own friends, they want people to talk about them, how many people they have murdered and robbed and this and nothing positive, And that is like something good. He's healed, that murderer is healed now in his community as an hero. And they always say that, he's a 5-star general because he killed so much people and this and that. That's the mindset of the people there. But as I've said before, Jamaican people do not know their enemy. The enemy is not your police. The police is your friend. Don't get me wrong. There are some real criminals within the police force. Some of us who have served know them. And some who have never served, people who have never served in the police know them because they dealt with them. We're not talking about the criminals. Police in the force, because they should get rid of them. But some of them, they are tied to politicians within the government, whether it's the PNP or the JLP, because they are the one that done things for them. You understand? But I'll address that topic another day. This is my first video I am sending out, because I see that where the country is going on in the abyss, and there's no way that it's going to return. Because I've been seeing all these state of emergency and state of this, and they change the name and all kind of stuff. What is happening in Jamaica? Nothing that these people are doing is going to help, because the hatred that these people have for the Jamaica Constabulary Force, they are behaving like Jamaica is still under the reign of the British. So that hatred from the Paul Bogle rebellion and the formation of the police force, that hatred is still embedded in the people, and they see the police as the enemy. So I would like to know, who are the oppressors in Jamaica? How would the police become the oppressor when they are not the ones who in government? They are just enforcing the law. Jamaica is a very lawless country. Most people who are visiting there do not understand that the Jamaican government, led by the former Prime Minister Bruce Golding, has declared war on the United States of America. Most people, Jamaica, yes, Jamaica declared war against the United States of America by the Jamaica Labour Party, and they did it in the guise by forming this anti-police agency called INDECOM. INDECOM is the brainchild of the former Prime Minister, or what should I say, Crime Minister Bruce Golding, because these people, growing up as a young man in Jamaica, even as police, this man was not a nice man, Bruce Golding. That man was a known criminal. There was a boy in Spanish Town, Milo. Milo was his right-hand man, and you'd hear police whisper this and whisper that. Even people, and in Jamaica they said, well, if it doesn't go so, it go near so. So he was never a fan of police. This is an anti-criminal man that was leading the government then. So this man was untouchable back in Jamaica. When I say untouchable, you have people in Jamaica who are above the law, and he was one of them. Nobody, where his community was police, it was as a community that police vehicle do not go in. Unless it's some raid, and normally when it go inside here, it's like the security force with the army and the police force. It's like an invasion. So Tivoli was a country within a country, no man's land. Just like how you would hear where they say that there's some Muslim community that people do not venture unless you're a Muslim. That's how Tivoli was. Tivoli was was controlled by this man, and he had influence all over Jamaica. So the Jamaican police, I remember the first time I saw him was when he was charged for killing 3 people in Anatown at the gun court on a Friday. And he was charged by a detective, Sergeant Green, a brown sergeant detective, and they transferred him back to St. Mary. And Tutu was the witness that, who had witnessed it. They had changed their story as usual, and that was it, and he walked. But he was a very, very influential producer of violence in Jamaica. If he wants you dead, they kill you and nothing comes out of it. The police, as usual, were impotent because a lot of them, they are lackeys and they associate themselves with both political parties, so they have secret for each other. So when the politicians and the uptowns are saying that the police force is corrupted, they know what they're saying because they are the one that corrupt the police force. You understand? The same people who are the ones who are behind all this anti-police rhetoric there, they are the one, the real corruptors in Jamaica, people uptown. For instance, I can tell you, you even have a present member of parliament right now, and just any one of them, especially my good friend, Mr. Daly up there in Clarendon, they know it works when they come on to corruption. If they do not want you, the MP, they do not want you, or the minister do not want you in their police area because you're not doing their bidding or what they says, you're going to get transferred. I don't know if that is going on still, but I know it happened to me. You understand? When I was a young police in Cross Hill, they couldn't control me. St. Carl, politician used my sub-officer. Rest in peace, Scotty. Boy, Scotty never, he did not play their game, and he was transferred to Manchester. He died last year. And, he reminded me of, a few little things that happened then. So when the people are talking about the corruption of the police force, they are the one that corrupted the police force. The same people uptown and the politicians. And now, what they have done now, the police, they're the villain in Jamaica. They vilify them, they do all kind of thing and demonize them. If you want to be a popular person in Jamaica, you cannot come out and support the police. You have to be an anti-police antagonist. And with that, you become very popular, like a celebrity because you do not like the police. That's how it works there. Anti-police, popularity. Pro-police, the barrier, nobody wants nothing to do with you. That's how it is there. So, anyway, let me cut to the chase. So, one, this is an anti-criminal platform. I am not here to support no criminal. I believe in criminal to live in constant fear for their life. No criminal, every time when a criminal look at a gun, to take it up, he must think twice. Why? Because if you have a gun and it's illegal, it's only the only reason you have that gun is to do illegal activity. You understand what I'm saying? There's nobody invading Jamaica. Our closest neighbors are Cuba, and they have never invaded Jamaica. So there's no need for you to have any gun. What the only thing you have gun for is to commit crime. So every time a criminal take up a gun to put in his waist, he should think twice, because one, whatever he's going to do, and if he's caught, he'll be killed. If he's not caught with the gun, and when after he committed this crime and he's arrested, then he knows when he goes to prison, he's going away for a long time, and not only a long time, but when he goes, he's going to work. They have a system in the south of America, where criminals, when they are convicted of any crime, they work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. They work to feed themselves. They don't go there and have any phone to sit on and plan another crime from inside prison. They work them until they drop dead. So when it's a hard labor, that's what hard labor is supposed to mean. You know, build a prison man in Jamaica where it's far, far away, that the family, there's no bus, no vehicle, no one enter there. It's just like in America, that would be like a federal land, and they have towers with rifle and all kind of stuff. And those boys there, man, they work, you understand? Whether wash clothes, farming or something, no rest for them are breaking stones. When people go to prison, they must not want to go back. No guy not supposed to go to prison and say, I will go back. He must be saying, I do not want to go back. So we do not have all of those deterrents in there to prevent these parasites from feeding on the people in Jamaica. So before I even go any further, these, as I've said before, the main two enemies of the Jamaican people are the PMP party and the Jamaica Labour Party. They are the ones. To date, you will never hear them come out and support the police force. Right now, they are the ones who tell you that the police are corrupt and the police are this and that. The police are not the ones who create the system, it's them. The bottom line is that they created a law called Indicom, where these people can go and arrest police officers without warrant and stuff like that. And after they have arrested all these police officers, it was ruled by the court that is unconstitutional, and this agency had no power of arrest to arrest the police officers. Guess what? There are police officers who are still in jail right at this day, but yet still, and not even one of these elitists or politician comes out in support of the police and said to release them. How on God's earth you're gonna have somebody that you arrest them? You have no powers of arrest. You arrest them, some of them are in prison, some of them are in jail, you understand? But yet still, these are the same people who keep saying that the police is corrupt. What kind of system is that? That could not happen in America, number one, because if it happened in America, all the politicians will be out there and they'll have to release the police. In Jamaica, if you are no pro-police politician cannot be in Jamaica, because nobody's going to vote for you. So we are pretty much a society that create criminals. You understand? So those of us who are not criminal, it's not by chance. It's because of our parental guidance that we had received and the community that we're from. You understand? And the help that we get along the way. Because it's a system that is designed for criminals. You understand? In America, Jamaicans are the most deported people from America to Jamaica. But they're not going to tell the people them down there, you know, because everything in Jamaica, as they do anything, I just a little thing and my go and so on them thing there. In America, there's nothing like that. You have to obey the law. So, as I said, but I know that the suspense is there. So the criminals, the JLP, and the PMP party, they are the main criminals and enemies of the Jamaican people, especially the poor people. So this is it. The main antagonist, we don't know who is supporting her. Her name is Dr. Caroline Gomes. And she's received millions of dollars every year. We don't know from who. If it's from the Colombians, drug dealers or whoever is funding her, but she has the biggest lobbyist group in Jamaica, and they encourage Jamaicans to be criminals. And Jamaica is the only place where murderers are victims. Can you believe a man will kill 10 people, and when the police went to arrest this person, and the police have to use evasive weapon, the same man who killed 10 people, they said that he's an innocent and he's a good man, and he never have no gun. This man that killed 10 people, that's how these people are in Jamaica, because they are groomed in this way. That's the cultural relativism in Jamaica. But yet still, most Jamaican people, they sweep it on the mat and they pretend like, guess what? Oh, the police are the criminals, man. And as I said before, they are good and they are bad people in every organization. The police force, the people in the police force are the same people from within the society. So you're going to reap what you sow. You understand? So right through the years, people have been taught to be criminals. Even when they become police, they're still going to be criminals. If they weren't taught values, ethics, and all of those things, and morality within their home. People don't even go to church anymore in Jamaica, most people. So as I've said before, Jamaican people, enemies are the PMP, the GLP party. When I say PM, I'm talking the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, the head for the Jamaica Labour Party, and the big fat guy, Peter Phillips, the Tonba Rasta. He is another enemy. You understand? None of these people are nice people. All of these politicians in Jamaica, poor people who live in jungle, Toile, Tivoli, all of these people, they don't understand. None of these people encourage the youth to study. There's nothing to inspire them or to aspire them. None of these young people back in Jamaica say, I want to become a scientist, do a research, something, so that, as I've said, in Jamaica, 3 things done. I mean, you kill people, you set up your criminal organization, and you get protection from the government because they have an agency called Indicom. As the police come, Indicom will lock up the police. So some of the police become criminals because they realize they get protection from the police. So that's a society that we have been created in Jamaica. It's like it's a university. Even the people in the university in Jamaica, I am happy I didn't go into university there, because I would not want to be so stupid like these people. These people are some crazy people. I don't understand how on God's earth a person who committed crime, kill how much people, rob, rape, and when that person is killed, he becomes a victim, a murderer. That's how they treat people, criminals in Jamaica, You understand? As I've said before, and I digress again, I go back. The war that Jamaica declared and America, most Jamaicans do not understand. Indicom is a retaliation. It's retaliatory measures that they have took against the United States government to extradite their Don strongman Christopher Dudus Cook. Yes, back in Jamaica, most people will hear his name, fear drive through people and all of that, because these people are barbaric people and they are untouchables. They have access to the Prime Minister. You understand? This man is responsible for thousands of Jamaican deaths all over the world. Jamaicans and other people. They even kill people from Trinidad and they never find them in Jamaica, down by Tivoli. I was a police then at Unspear when you heard of it, and they went there to find the blood and stuff like that, never find the bodies, because they said they do what they have to do with it. And that's the society that you have in Jamaica. So the propaganda that these people have been portraying against the police from have been growing up from in the 70s in Jamaica, it has reached a point now where even police are afraid to tell people that they are police. That's how strong this rhetoric is against the police. Can you believe in a society in the 21st century, people would be looking up to you more if you say you're a criminal or you're a Don? But if you said that you're a police officer, they look at you with scorn back in Jamaica, because criminals in Jamaica, they are the real heroes. They're not even robbing on, they are heroes. And when these people are killed, you would listen to these people and their corners, and they call it corners, a sidewalk where where they sit, and the people in the community They will boast and talk how many people the person who was killed, how many people that person murdered, and they talk about it as if he's fighting a war and he got killed now, so he's home now, so we have to give him this big funeral and talk about him and all that kind of stuff. That's the rhetoric back in Jamaica. So the propaganda against the police, I have noticed growing up, even to this date, there's not one news media organization back in Jamaica, whether it's a Gleaner, the Observer. Wow, Mr. Cliff Hughes, yes, morning. You know, I am saying hi to you. You know, people who think that a lot of these people, journalists, they are pro-police, they are criminals, pretending they hate the police more than any other thing, because they have the axe to grind and they have people out there doing things to them. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not calling the names, you know. So, anyway, so as I've said, this man, Terrence Williams, he could not even keep a job in another Caribbean country when he was director of the EPP. They chased him. But Jamaica is a place that we can even have people who convicted for drugs trafficking and become lawyer. Next thing, judge, because anything can happen in Jamaica. You know, once you're a criminal, that's how it is in Jamaica. When you're a criminal, you have status. People are educated. They are the one that created the system. So, you know, you have educated criminals, educated so they know how to beat the system and stuff like that. But their job is to permanently demolish the police force. But right now, the police force is impotent in Jamaica. The police have no friends. You understand? It's more than 2 weeks now, the court in Jamaica has ruled that Indicom have no power of arrest or prosecution. And what happened? Nothing. To date, I have not read one article or editorial or anything from any of the news media down there that says that why don't we release the police officers, because all these crimes that they have been arrested for is wrong, because the agency has no power. You cannot arrest and charge a person twice for the same offense. So if the agency has no power for arrest or prosecution, why are these people still in jail? What happened to the people who are convicted? Why? Because in America, if something like that happened, you know, everything that's with that agency, everything is gone. And Jamaica is a country that we pride America, but yet still we pride, you know, want to portray ourselves like, you know, Jamaica as an American territory without American benefits. Because if Jamaica have American laws, we'd be a better country, big time. Because all those thieving politicians, most of them are criminals, thieves. All of the thieving politicians and crooks down there, right now a lot of them would be in prison. They don't want that system. They want a system where they are the boss and they are above the law. And any police or anybody who's investigating and they think that is going to set, they have find a way either to kill them or something, or transfer them, take away the file from them. It's a criminal system. You understand? The police are not the criminals. The criminals are the politicians, like the Honorable Delroy Chuck, the real anti-police minister of what is it? This man is a real criminal. You know? I remember he had a boy that from Grandspen, they call him Andrew Pang. That's not his correct name. And this man is responsible for killing a policewoman. You know? You understand? And this man, Delroy Chuck, who's the Minister of National Justice, he is the same one, you know, who went to this criminal, Andrew Pang, you know, and he said that Andrew Pang was a good man, a man who killed a policewoman, you know, in her car, you understand, in Huntsby police area. And when he was killed by the police, he said that that man was a good man, a man who killed people, robbed people, extort people in Constant Spring police here. And that is what this minister says, that he's a good man. So I don't know the reason. I know that this man is a man who hated police for many years. I have never heard him say anything good about him. I don't think he have any police around him as bodyguard, because any police who bodyguard that man have no self-respect for himself, because that man do not like police. So any police who guard Delroy Chuck, that police, even the mother should disown him, because that man do not like you poor people, pitney. Because the majority, every police in Jamaica are poor people, children. You understand? But I know since of late, because they cannot, the same people whose children are educated now and they don't have any business or anything like that, the police force is the only place for them to venture into. You understand? So they create a system so they, when the children leave college, they have jobs in the police force. And all they do is go and sit in air condition. They do no police work. There are no investigators, no nothing. So, as I've said, Jamaica is the poorest place in the Caribbean to be a police officer. You understand? Jamaica is the only place in the world where police officers are required by law to give a statement immediately after they're in confrontation with criminals. Imagine you're just been through a life and death situation, and if you do not give a statement, you end up in jail. That's how it is. But yet still, the criminal, you have a right to remain silent, and the police are none. And they have everything when it comes on to the anti-police atmosphere. Police in Jamaica is the most hated people there. If you're a Don, everybody love you. But if you're a police, majority of the people hate you because that's the way it is. As I said before, the only thing that they in the people's psyche there in Jamaica, one, to become a Don, a DJ, or a singer, and a footballer. Well, not even so much a footballer, but especially a Don, because the Don, those are the people that the people look up to. And don't think that Don is like Don King in America that, elevate people's life. Don in Jamaica are people that destroy life. They sit, they decide who live, who die, who get raped, who get robbed, and who get extorted. So, as I said, this channel is not for the criminals in Jamaica. This is for the police. And I am anti-criminal, anti-PNP, anti-GLP. I don't like none of them because none of them has contributed anything to the people's life more than destruction and this anti-police rhetoric that they have been for years when they are the ones who are the real criminals. You understand? But every now and then I'll touch base with the people back home, not the criminals, because if it's up to me, preemptive strike like what the American government do with drones. You're a criminal. I do not believe you want to call it extrajudicial killing or what. We don't call it that in America. We call it preemptive strike. You kill people and we know that you're going to kill again. Yes, we send a drone and come and kill you. You understand? Whether you're in the mountains, a Blue Mountain in Jamaica or wherever, we just use drones like how America do it and Israel. Criminal must not sleep and live in peace. No criminal not supposed to go to them bed at night and feel comfortable. Criminal supposed to live in fear. Every time him look at the gun to take it up, he must be is either when he pick up the gun, you know that this is the last day I'm gonna live, or he knows that whenever he commits his crime and he's caught, he's going to prison and he's going away for a long time. And when he go to prison, he's not going to be there playing Lude and all kind of games in prison. He's going to prison and he's going to work 12 hours a day, sometimes 14, 7 days a week. The only rest he gets is to sleep. You tell him he knows what time he goes to bed, what time he wakes up, what time he eats. You understand? At no time, there's no communication, there's nothing for people to come there. It's like an island within an island. They have to pay a toll to come there. You understand? That's how it's supposed to be. So I know that the Jamaican government is not interested in rehabilitating these parasites, because they are not criminals, they are parasites. Because one God's earth would kill a woman who's pregnant, chase down a woman in middle day and murder her, kill a little baby. You understand? Only in Jamaica, because these people, they are parasites, they are depraved mind, unconscionable people, and these are the protected people. So this is it's in a matter of time. If the terrorists back in the Middle East and Africa want to migrate and get closer to America, Jamaica is the ideal place, because in Jamaica, the police are impotent. They have no powers, none whatsoever. The police are afraid of themselves because the least little thing they go to jail. The police. If you watch and you will see all these people back in Jamaica, police try to arrest somebody, the people mob the police, and guess what? Nothing happened to them. It's not like in America. If you assault a police, you go to prison. In Jamaica, that don't happen to assault any police in his uniform or during the course of his duty. You assault a police in Jamaica, you more or less you will get an award from the government for that. That's how it is in Jamaica. So there's nothing to there's everything there to promote people to be criminals. You understand? So it's a matter of time. We have seen the criminals, they have used grenade in Jamaica. So it's a matter of time before they have IED. So we have seen the Muslim, they are migrating, and the Chinese to Jamaica. So eventually, don't worry, they're gonna teach these boys how to make IED bombs, you know. And you see, when one of these big boys, an elitist uptown, when one of their vehicles get blown up, just like how you see what happened in Iraq and Afghanistan and all those places in the Muslim world, that's when it's too late, because it's not far for Jamaica to be a failed state. And I have seen it as a failed state, because any society where you have the police force has to be occupying a community, that is a community that is in war. It's a war within the community, that yes, police have to be an occupying force to maintain the peace. So all the people can fool themselves. Jamaica nice and Jamaica this. That is all garbage. Jamaica is not nice. It's stupidity all you people talking about, but Jamaica is nice and I want to go back home. You can go there. Most of the Jamaicans I know do not want to go back there. Only the stupid ones, the ones who do not have any sense and who want to go there because they are a part of the criminality that's going on there. As I've said before, you know, all the best. Why tomorrow is Easter, you know, what I don't know. But the only thing I can tell the police is just be your brothers and sisters keeper. Experience the core. You have nobody but yourselves in Jamaica. The Prime Minister do not like you. Dr. Peter Phillips, worse, do not like you. There's none. The only person since of late that I have seen is Lambert Brown, and I really applaud him for his statement that he had made in the other day. And you know, Mr. Finzi said what he said, but I applaud Mr. Brown for standing up for the police. That they're the only people in Jamaica who standing up for against these parasites. At one time, I was looking, you know, I know it was because of it why they kick out Damon Crawford, because Damon Crawford said that Indicom is contributing to the crime thing in Jamaica, and this egoistic labor right man. This man is an enemy of the United States of America. Terrence Williams, criminal. If you notice, even the act that they had passed there in Jamaica, it's handcuffed the Jamaican police to cooperate the American police in such a way that if they are trying to cooperate with them, it has to go through Terrence Williams, the criminal. But that's how it is in Jamaica. If you're not a criminal, you cannot get elevated, you know. And right now, just the last thing I'm going to touch on. I've seen over the years, you know, these people keep chipping away at the police force. This is the third member of the Jamaican Defense Force that they have installed in the police force. I, as a young man, as I said, I left high school and went to the academy as a cadet. That's how much I love the police force. So what these people are doing now, the elitists and the criminals uptown, they are the one who control the laws and everything and implement everything in Jamaica. So now what they did, they put one of their friends. This is the third member of the Jamaica Defense Force to lead the police force. And I am begging every member of the Jamaican Police Force, do not support this man. If he wanted to be a police, he should have been to the academy, just like me when I was 17 and much. When all of my friends were still going to high school in St. Mary's College, a Catholic school, I was at the academy because I want to be a police. So if I had aspired to be a commissioner of police, these people are telling young men and women, do not look at these seats. You have to be in the army. And the people in the army in Jamaica, they don't know no police work. They don't do nothing. All they do is just train and eat and all that thing. These people are lazy. They do not understand. So if you people support this man and let the crime rate goes down, you can kiss it goodbye. Make sure this man fail miserably. I was born in Jamaica, and I am a Jamaican, and I do not support this man at no time. You cannot have a plumber to do a baker's job. You understand? Or vice versa. This man was in the army. Number one, he could not get a job here in America where I'm living because he has no law enforcement experience. Because for you to apply for a job to get it, the first criteria is law enforcement. This man had been to the Jamaica Police Academy to train, so he doesn't know anything about the law. So this is what is on-the-job training, and so you're telling me that you have over 10,000 people in the Jamaica and none of them is qualified to lead the force. So might as well you disband it then and turn it and hand it over to the army. Because I have seen what they're doing, they keep disrespecting the police, But most of them, they are so literary and lackeys, and they love to kiss ass and all of those things. I never used to kiss none of these politicians ass. I never liked them, period. None of them. I used to work at Hunsby, and Andrew Owens cannot say that he knows me. I was one police who never tried to friend him or try to know him or anything like that. Because I do not like politicians. Because I know what people like him was doing in my police division. So all of these people pretend, I know that these people do not like police, I know most of the politicians do not like police because they have to have their henchmen, their criminals to oppress the people, because most of these people live in jungle, Reem, all of those people, they are hostages in their own community. So all these people uptown who are anti-police, I would like them to spend a month or a week in those communities. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Because I used to live in jungle. People in jungle know me. Yeah, and I still have family who live in Jonestown. As I said, I am begging every member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, from the DC all the way up to the DCP, do not support Mr. Anderson. Make sure that he feels miserably. Number one, police, if this man does not fail, they are coming at you people again, So all of those whole men, lackeys who are there, you can kiss that chair goodbye, because they're going to save it for the browner people who uptown who's a part of them. You see, he's the Prime Minister, National Security Advisor. Security Advisor for what? Who's Jamaica warring against? What kind of intelligence that we get in another country that you need security advisor? All of these creating more jobs for their friends. You understand what I'm saying? Every minute they create more agency, big government, big spending. You understand? They don't tighten that. They don't try to minimize the debt. All of these increase it. Make sure that this man fail miserably. Let the boys them do what they want to do. Look, self-preservation. A policeman, a detective, I'm not going to call his name. The other day, last year, he told me he was in Linstead. Hard-working police, play police. And he had witnessed a murder where a man was killed in Linstead. He's not from Linstead, but he told me, before it even, it was widespread on WhatsApp and stuff, he called me and said, Porter, I'm just see a boy, does all that. And like nothing, what him still do, When he say what he mean that he could take him and he could challenge a gunman. But he says, the first thing that comes in mind, I don't have any money to pay Indicom. And I am going to migrate. My papers come through. And me and my family is going to migrate. Why am I going to put myself in this problem? That was seconds thought about it. And he said, just make sure he watched the guy until he went in the vehicle and the vehicle drove off. And he called me and tell me. And he says, honestly, the boy, I don't know who did, but the reason why I didn't do it, it's self-preservation. I am not on duty. And nobody know that I am a police officer and everything there. And that was easy thing for me. Because I have the situation with the gunmen, the ones in the car, and I could take them all of them. And but to preserve myself, I don't have any money to give them, because the money that I had was to migrate with my wife and my kids. And you understand. So that was it. So all those Caroline Gomes, the doctor who live uptown, all of these people who are pro-criminals, it would be nice, honestly, I can tell you, as somebody who's from the ghetto, all of these people, if their addresses are out there, You know, WhatsApp is a thing that travel like fire. All it's simple have to do. You know, all of these people, Terrence Williams, Carolyn Gomes, all the criminal Guffaw, what you want to name, all of these people, if the criminals, I can tell you, if these people, if you have text messaging that going on, but because Carolyn Gomes have about 5 armed security guards, guns at this address, that. And it's on WhatsApp. I am telling you, those boys downtown, you know, they be coming to your houses for those guns, you know. So don't think that, and you can see if it, that you're a criminal protector. You understand? So as I said, this is no platform for criminals. I have zero tolerance, zero love for criminals. Every criminal must live in constant fear for their life. No criminal must not go to in bed and sleep comfortably. Even when he's sleeping, he's supposed to be threatened. No criminal or anyone who have gun. You understand? So, as I've said, and I'll say it again, Jamaican people do not know their real enemy. Your real enemy is both political parties and the same people who are so-called dons in your community. These dons, they are parasites. All of them. You understand what I'm saying? None of them, they are not your friends. All the people that live in all these communities are hostages because people do not know. They don't live in these communities. When people have their daughters and these boys, they want them, and if the father or the mother do not want them to molest, they kill them. And what they say, all informer for dead. So the same people who are saying informer to dead. If a man come and rape your mother, your sister, your daughter, your grandmother, they must not report it. So you're saying that it's okay for somebody to rape your sister, your mother, your daughter, your girlfriend, and that's it. So they must keep it to themselves and suck it up. Because you people are immoral, unconscionable, and depraved mind parasites. And to you, Mr. Wallace, what you're doing, you're not doing anything that benefiting the people in Jamaica. All you and Mr. Roger Clark, oh, Peter Phillips, not Roger Clark. Roger Clark dead, but too big to, you know, you understand. That's why Mr. Roger Clark. So, these people, they are enemies of the Jamaican people. They are not friends. So as I said, police, self-preservation. If you get a call from control or dispatch, I don't know if they call it dispatch down there now. If you get a call from control, shooting, robbery, you take the longest road and keep on the siren. I remember, you know, a detective used to tell me, you know, you can't stay there, you know. It's self-preservation, you know. He said, today you're dead. And them come and them give your family a big funeral and them thing there. He said, tomorrow, at 10 years, I'll take them to get the money. You understand what I'm saying? So self-preservation, me come and work and me expect to go. If you want to go shoot boy and them thing then I shoot out with boy, you can go in one next vehicle, but once in my vehicle, I do everything to minimize that. Me no problem with nobody. Because them now, for them now kill me and rob me alright. So police, make sure Mr. Anderson feel miserably. You understand? And make sure when you get in the call about uptown, you know, or any address or them thing there, make certain say the house where the criminal them are go and them thing there, you're supposed to know your police here and you take the longest road. You understand? These people are your enemy. All of them, most of them uptown, because to date, not one of them, not one of these so-called elitists, professors and all those people come out in support of the police. You understand? So remember, don't support Major Anderson. Let him go. If he wants to be a police, he should have been to the Jamaica Police Academy, been through all the ropes, eat all Jew and all them thing and bread. He don't know that. You understand? Working at the poor condition, know it feel to get paid today and broke today, and tomorrow I forgot police federation and borrow money for buy food. You understand? Make him know it feel how to work in a cell. You understand? A dirty boy I got you all kind of thing upon you, and if you don't know if you angle yourself over there. You understand? Make him know for the beat, patrol. Yeah, so him not do nothing but because stream a big time labor writer and connected to St. Andrew, the Holy One. You understand? Him come and sit in at this chair. Hey, look here, man, don't support him, man. If you notice, even the government have disrespect them, they keep disrespecting you guys, you know. Because you notice, You see, the hotline is for the JDF. So what they're saying that, they're cultivating, they're ratcheting up the attack against you people, and you don't even see it, And you want to see the big old lucky and old waste man them in the police force, smiling. You understand? When it's the military. The only time a military is supposed to be upfront is when you have war. Military have nothing to do with security of the country. You understand? So what they have been doing is propelling the military. So might as well them just have a coup then. Because they're the one that promoting the military and putting the military up there, And these guys is gonna get a taste of power. You understand? But I've said to every member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, from DC all the way up, do not support Major Anderson and St. Andrew Holness and all these PNP and GLP people who install one of their cronies, one of their political activists, to be Commissioner of Police. Protect yourself. Look out for your matty. That's what they used to tell you in a training school. Most of you don't even know that. And take care of yourself. Happy Easter. Work smart, not hard. Peace. One love.